Hi there and welcome along to the August edition of the England Golf Podcast. My name's Ian McFarland, thanks for joining me for this roundup of all that's happening in and around the world of club and amateur golf in England. This month's podcast can be summed up in one word: winners. There's a special feature with the 6 women who conquered Europe with England at the recent European Team Championships at Royal County Down. Trevor Foster joins us to tell us how he felt standing over a 15-footer to make sure he gained a half point to secure a win over Scotland in the recent Home Internationals and complete a clean sweep for 3 age groups competing at a unique event. We also take a look at Golf Week, a celebration of ordinary club golfers like you and I, a week where the national Handicapped finals for women, men, captains and seniors takes place at Woodhall Spa. There's also a fascinating chat with Elaine Ratcliffe, the captain of the GB&I Curtis Cup team, as they prepare to take on the United States at Conway Golf Club in Wales later this month. And as if that wasn't spoiling you enough, we'll let you know all about Women and Girls in Golf Week, an online campaign that's dedicated to promoting female participation at all levels on and off the course, as well as challenging negative perceptions about the game. First up though, let's hear from the women who struck gold for England on the Emerald Isle. Leanna Bailey, Rosie Belsham, Charlotte Heath, Emily Toy, Annabelle Fuller and Kaylee McGinty were charged with the job of winning the European team title for the first time since 2017. And they did just that. After making it through the stroke play qualifying as a team, there followed match play wins against the Czech Republic, a thrilling match against old enemy Scotland in the semis, and then victory against hot favourites Sweden in the final. Ahead of the recent English Amateur Championship at Moortown, I sat down in person with 5 of the squad to talk through an amazing week. And listen out for Emily Toy, who couldn't be present that week, gate-crashing the chat in her own inimitable style. Ladies, good to have you all together, the European champions. How does that sound? Rosie, start with you. How does it feel to be a European champion?
Pretty awesome. Not really something I thought I would have said for a little while, but yeah, pretty cool.
And Leanna, you've done it twice. You're old hat at this.
I guess so, I suppose. I mean, it felt as good as the first one did, but yeah.
And Charlotte, the winning putt, talk us through it.
I mean, it was a gimme, but...
Doesn't matter, it still has to win.
It was still good to get the winning putt.
It's a good first putt from off the green.
Yeah,
I did watch that from the fairway.
It's kind of a lag.
Yeah.
But it was nice to have everyone there on the green.
Annabelle, how would you sum up the week?
I think it was like a mix of a lot of good golf and then really good teamwork together, and I think the combination of everything brought us a victory. So,
Kaylee, how would you describe the week?
It was just really fun. Like, we all had a really good time just being together on and off the golf course. And I just think, like Annabelle said, the combination of that and just like playing good golf, got us over the line.
If we can just rewind to the beginning then, at the start of the week, honestly, did you think you would be European champions come Saturday night?
I think we all believed we had a good chance. I think that was a big part of it. We all believed that we could do it. And it was more like round by round, match by match, and we all believed we could get through the next part of it. So I would say yeah, actually.
It's a difficult format, isn't it? Stroke play first to then qualify for the knockout. Qualified 5th in the stroke play. Was that just tactical?
It was just a case of get to the match play.
Yeah, just don't make too many mistakes and just make sure you're in.
It's a terrific golf course, isn't it, Royal County Down, but it's extremely difficult at times. How did you find it played?
Very different days.
Yeah. Like even morning to afternoon, it was a different golf course.
any wind on the course. I think there were some mornings where there was no wind, and then by the afternoon it was much stronger, and I think even between the days the wind direction changed slightly, and because it was running so much, obviously if it was into wind then there was no run, and downwind it just went miles, so you had to change your tactics from hole to hole.
The first game in the match play was the Czech Republic. Leanna, what were your thoughts going into that match? Because the Czechs, perhaps not one of the fancied nations, but
no, but I think that playing against a team like that is one where we don't want to be complacent, because although we're going into it thinking, we should win, that's when, we could make a silly mistake, but, we took care of them, so.
In terms of the next match, was the big one, I suppose, against Scotland, and it probably didn't start the way you all wanted. 2-0 down at lunch against a very strong Scottish team. What was the chat in the team room at lunchtime about that?
I mean, I don't think anyone was too happy. We had the goal at the start of the week to win each set, so obviously we broke that goal, but we knew if we played good, we could turn it around.
I think we were definitely a lot more determined than the Scots, and that we were going to win in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It gave us a bit of fire, I thought. It gave us that kind of fire and push in the afternoon. I think that carried over to the final day. I felt like it was a good thing that we lost in the morning, because it gave us what we needed going into the last one.
And I think Robbo saw they were doing interviews at lunchtime, and we were all there like, they haven't even won yet, they haven't beat us, and I think that all kind of gave it, exactly, and we were all so driven to win, and we all knew that pretty much all of us had to win the singles, so we all knew that we had to go out there and get the job done, and I think that was a big push for us.
I know as a Scot that whenever you play England at anything, tiddlywinks, golf, whatever it is, you want to win, and you want to win badly. Does the reverse work when England play Scotland from your perspective? Is there still that huge rivalry?
Yeah.
Or is it you're nodding furiously?
Well, it is for me anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you want to beat anyone, but it's quite nice to beat Scotland.
I mean, we just got to prove that England's the best team in GB.
Yeah. Obviously.
So the afternoon singles, I mean, it went right to the wire, didn't it? Annabelle, I think your game went to the 19th hole, is that right? What are the nerves like when you know you have to win a point for your team and you're having to go into extra holes?
I think the nerves of knowing it's for the team kind of for me was maybe almost like try harder, because I knew that, okay, like I've got 5 other girls there who are going to be really unhappy if I don't get this point. So, and I wanted more than anything to do it for all of us together. So I think kind of going to 19th, I just knew what I needed to do, and there wasn't any, but if I miss this, it was, I'm just get the ball in the hole.
Rosie, your game went to the wire as well, didn't it?
Yeah. Didn't play the 18th quite how I would have liked. Then I had 25 foot on 18, and I saw an R&A lady run over to Robbo, excitedly. I was like, oh goodness, that means Annabelle's won. I have to 2-putt this to get the half and win. And the best 2-putt of my life. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
You played so good coming down the wire then.
Yeah, I did. I hold that 20 footer on 15, then put it to a foot on 16, and then
Here she is.
We're doing the England golf interviews, so
This is
we're just going to put
live TV. We have our 6th member. Hi, Elaine, how are you? You see, you thought you could avoid us this week, Emily, but you... Don't worry. We're glad you could join us, though.
Thanks, guys.
You want to hear what I've been saying about you in your absence, Emily, but
God.
I'll tell you later on.
I had to say.
We've just been chatting to your fellow European champions about the week at Royal County Down. This is all very bizarre, isn't it? I'm speaking to glasses of water and a FaceTime. If you can shout out your thoughts on the week, Emily, that would be great.
Yeah, I think it was a good week. I think definitely being 2-0 down against Scotland. Coming back in the afternoons to get back the push that we needed to beat the Swedes.
And there's a bit of needle in the Scotland game, is that right? The Scots were doing interviews at lunchtime.
Yeah, well, literally 10 minutes before tea time, I was practicing away and doing videos and all sorts. Bit premature, I think.
Anyway, you got the job done. And listen, thanks for joining us at such short notice.
That's right.
We're now going to go on to talk about the final. I don't know if you want to chip in with that as well, Emily, but when we're facing up against the Swedes think 4 in the top 6 in the rankings were in that Swedish team, and they were clearly favourites. Leanna, when you're in the team room and you're planning for that match, what's the thought process when you probably realise you're underdogs, but you still have a fighting chance?
I felt we all knew the Swedes were going to come out, and play the golf that everyone knows they can play. But I also felt that we knew the kind of golf we can play as well. So we were just as capable to give them a game and to push them all the way, like we did. So I think everybody believed we could do it from the very start, and I think that pushed us on to do what we did.
You went in at lunchtime, 1 each after the morning foursomes. Did that just give you increased confidence, Charlotte, that you could get the job done in the afternoon?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the day before it was a lot tighter, so I think we had a little bit more lenience, and it was like we only had to win 3 out of the 5, so it was, I think everyone had a lot of confidence that at least 3 of us could do it.
So Emily obviously let the side down right away by only halving her game.
I was going to win.
She was going to win.
What was the dynamics like on that Saturday afternoon? Because there's games all across the course. Did you know what everybody else was doing? Did you want to know what was going on?
Jenny or Robert was with some of us, and we're all there texting. We're like, what is going on? And so I think everyone had an idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Oh really?
No, I had 0 idea.
Because you finished so early.
I was just setting the gym, ready to play 9 holes.
Well, Kayla, you won 6 and 5, which was phenomenal. So you had the chance to walk around and see the others. Which game were you most nervous at? Which game did you go to?
I caddied for Annabelle
on
her last few holes, and I've never caddied for anyone before, so I felt the pressure. I think I was more nervous than she was, just at my caddying duties. But yeah, I caddied for Annabelle.
You did a great job.
Thank you.
Were you just a bag carrier, or was there club selections? Was there a bit of chat?
I did pitch in a little bit with club selection, and I just pulled a trolley and just stayed quiet. She knew what she's doing.
So as the games are going down to the wire and you realise that you're very, very close to the finishing line, what are the nerves like at that point? And Charlotte, you're in the thick of it.
Horrendous. I was showing you my hands.
I was behind you, and I watched you not play 17, maybe how you would have hoped.
I explored 17.
Yeah, I was like, oh goodness, please don't go down 18. And I think that made me slightly more nervous from behind, but then I saw you win, I was like, oh, we've done it.
Yeah.
So at that point you're all scattered across the course, so did everybody see the winning putt? Did everybody see the moment where it was clinched?
Yeah,
that was from behind.
Oh
yeah, I had finished on 17 just in front, so then Kaylee and I waited on the green for Charlotte to play up, and we could see Rosie just standing there waiting on the fairway,
screaming down the fairway.
Yeah. me and Em were on the 19th. She was about to win her game, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, we didn't see. We just saw Robbo was with us, and he was hands in the air, and
we were
we need to tell him.
So at that point, people come running from all quarters.
Yeah.
Is that a kind of bizarre moment when you realise you're actually European champions?
I think we ran the whole length of the first.
Quite a long run. Testing my cardiovascular.
Yeah, really. My nerves didn't make halfway.
I think that's what made the week. I think that's what made the week so special, though, is because we all wanted it so badly, but the whole week we were we had this one of the strongest team dynamics.
Yeah,
I think
it's the best team I've been in.
Yeah, and I think we all were rooting for each other the whole week so much that when we finally did it, everybody was the happiest.
I think Rosie, you had said before that you maybe didn't know everybody when you went into that team room first of all, but you've made friends for life. Is that the case? That wasn't just saying things for effect. You actually mean that?
Certainly, when I showed up at the airport, I was like, oh no, I am massively the outsider here. But as soon as we got there, I felt like I'd known everyone for a while, so it was perfect.
People often talk about dynamics of teams and how important they are, be it Ryder Cup or Solheim Cup when it gets to the professional ranks. But this is different as well because you had the whole COVID bubble thing to try and cope with. How difficult was that, or conversely, did that bring you closer together because you were living in each other's pockets for the best part of a week?
I mean, I didn't find it too difficult.
No,
there wasn't really much downtime.
No, I didn't feel like it was a lot different to how previous Europeans have been either, because everyone does tend to keep themselves to themselves during the week until the last night, pretty much, where everybody becomes social butterflies. But no, I didn't feel like it was much different to a standard European week, other than, you know, we didn't leave the hotel or the golf course. But yeah.
So I presume there were celebrations.
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
able to lift the lid on these celebrations, or what happens in County Down stays in County Down?
Yeah, maybe that one.
Yeah, the second. Definitely my love. Hey, my love.
Oh, we forgot about you, Emily. Sorry.
Just a phone now.
You've got special memories of County Down, though, haven't you? Every time you set foot on that golf course, something special happens.
Yeah, it was a lot harder for some reason this time, I swear, from memory. The weather was a lot better, so it should have been a lot easier. I think when you're playing for 5 other people, it makes it that much harder.
Good stuff. Well, listen, you're all European champions. We would have liked to have the trophy here, but not allowed to get it out of EGA headquarters. You did all win gold medals. What have you done with them, Leanna?
Mine's in the car.
In the car?
It's in the car right now.
Okay.
It's on display at home.
Charlotte?
In a drawer somewhere.
It's on display as well.
Same as that well.
Emily, where's your gold medal?
It's in the cabin, kind of on display.
The dog's not eaten it yet, no?
She's literally sat right there at the golf ball. Just fixated.
In terms of what you go on to do in your career now, you may all achieve fabulous things as individuals, but does that week playing for England, winning a European Championships, do you think that'll still stick long in the memory for all of you?
Yeah. I think it was like even more so the team, how the team dynamic worked, it would stick, not just winning.
Yeah.
I think the memories obviously will last forever, because I don't know about you guys, but that was one of the funnest weeks.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Obviously winning topped it off, but even if we didn't,
It'd have been a great week if we didn't win. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was even better week.
And we have to say, we've got Emily here, so we've got the six winning team members together, but there was more than just you guys playing. There was obviously Jenny, who was there, Jenny Henderson, and Steve Robinson, who was there coaching you all. A special word for those two, Annabelle? I mean, what does Robbo bring to a team dynamic in these circumstances?
I think I've known Robbo quite a long time now, since I was kind of coming up in the England girls squad, and I'm sure most of you guys have as well, and I think he just is like the 7th member of the team. He isn't kind of the coach who tells us how to do it. He just fits in and we all have a laugh, and he's part of it, I think.
And Jenny organises you, doesn't she, Rosie? She's the boss.
She's the food person.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's be here at this time.
Get me snacks at this time.
Yeah, snack lady too.
When's dinner?
But she also brought you a bit of luck, didn't she?
She took me for the team.
She did take one for the team.
Would you care to explain how she brought a bit of luck to the team?
We went for our team photo on top of the 9th, and as we were walking back, there was some white rain coming from the sky. It came from a bird and landed on Jenny's arm.
And a bit in the hair.
And in the hair as well.
Yeah, it's not great at the time, but it's meant to be lucky.
A seagull, left with a gift.
Well, I mean, obviously great memories from the week and things that you'll cherish forever. Congratulations on being gold medalists and being European champions, and good luck for the rest of the season and whatever else you do as Team England.
Thank you.
Fantastic stuff. Thanks very much to the women for joining in the conversation with me there. And remember, you can watch that interview in full on the England Golf YouTube channel. I should also point out at this stage that Leanna's comment about keeping her medal in her car isn't quite as harsh as it seems. Leanna actually brought her medal to the interview to show off, and she does keep it at home alongside her other European medal from 4 years ago. Glad to clear that one up. Earlier this month, England's seniors, juniors and women headed to Woodhall Spa for the Home International Series. It was an event with a twist. While the women continued to compete on their own, the senior men and women came together as a joint team for the first time, and the juniors also made history by lining up in a combined event. But no matter the format, the end result was just what England craved. A clean sweep of seniors, women and juniors was just what the coaches strive for, and the players worked hard to achieve during a long week at the home of England golf. Rival teams from Ireland, Wales and Scotland were put to the sword, in the friendliest sense of the phrase of course, with the final day producing some moments that will last long in the memory of those who took part and who witnessed them. Now, Trevor Foster is no stranger to silverware. The former British seniors amateur champion and a regular England international is used to winning on the big stage. And Trevor joins me now, and I guess, Trevor, winning is something you never really get tired of, especially in a home international series.
No, that's fantastic to win home internationals. I mean, it's what you work all year for. You play in order of merit, and you fight all year in all your tournaments to get enough points to be able to head off with that great England team and the badge. And we had a fantastic team this year, I must admit. I knew we were in a winning team, I thought. So that also makes you feel more confident yourself when you think that the team are there to do a job, and they were very focused, and I knew we were going to win it. We agreed. Well behind us, Alan Mew.
It was a slightly odd format this year. Normally the senior men and senior women compete separately, but the teams, as I mentioned, came together, 4 senior men and 4 senior women. How did that team dynamic work? How did you enjoy that, playing in that for the first time, Trevor?
I thought it was very good that everybody were there at the same time and everything. I thought I really enjoyed it. We got on fantastic with the ladies, which was good. We went out for meals with them with good camaraderie, everything. Everybody knew they had great players in each other's team, so we knew that nobody were going to let anybody down or anything. So, it was just a great battling performance from, 8 great players, which obviously are the better players for England.
You mentioned a phrase there which quite often crops up when you talk about team events, and that is you don't want to let anyone down. When you're playing individually for yourself in a normal championship, it's, you're responsible for yourself. But do you feel that extra weight when you're playing in a team that, as much as you want to win, it's not wanting to lose that drives you on as much as anything?
Yeah, it's nobody wants to let the team down, and it's all about picking the pairings that will compete well together. I think Alan did a great job of that. Last time I played with Rupert. This time I played with Ian Atto, and we both have very similar games in the sense that we are both more on a length putt. We always play on a length putt, and length putt, the length of the putt, however hard you hit it, determines the line of the putt. So actually having 2 players playing together that actually play on the same length of putt just past the hole, we could read each other's putts, and I think it went very well. But it's like you say, you don't want to let anybody down in team, and I have to admit, I think that's the hardest part about playing a team event, is putting that at the back of your head. And I think the more and more you're playing them, the more and more you can put it at the back of your head.
None of us are getting any younger, Trevor, if I'm being polite about this. So from your perspective, you've got to concentrate, you've got the physical aspect as well. How difficult was it playing foursomes and singles 3 consecutive days?
Well, it was tough, and I was very fortunate that I had some good wins with Ian, didn't I? And I had some good wins in my own games. So I wasn't, I was fortunate not to be playing 36 holes every day. But like I say, thank God Rupert's in team. It would have been, oh no, he's younger than me. I keep forgetting everybody. I'm 61, I'm the oldest one. So, it was, you do feel it when you get to 61, I must admit. But the adrenaline keeps you going.
Now, recently, Trevor, you and I have had a few discussions about putters and changing the magic wand, maybe too often for your own good. But, let's tell everybody that you came good in the final match against Scotland when you had to hole a putt on the 18th green of the Hodgkin just to make sure England won the match. You drained one from 15 feet. So is that putter staying in the bag now? Is that going to be the old faithful?
Yeah, I think that's going to be staying in the bag for a while. I've putted quite well.
Does it still give you that same buzz? You played in Europeans, you played in big individual events, Trevor. Does it still give you that buzz pulling on the England shirt and playing against Scotland, Ireland, Wales in the home internationals?
Just put on that England shirt. It's the proudest day of your life. I'll tell you, it's unbelievable. There's nothing comes higher than that in your golfing career. Nothing. It's just amazing. And like you said, to be able to, Ian Atto said that he's glad he didn't chip it too close on the last, set the glory off me. So he left me a nice 15-footer. But I must admit, it doesn't matter how long you've played the game and how much you've played at whatever level, you still have that you want to win. And I stood over that putt and to win that match for England against Scotland, I was shaking proper. And to haul it and to the reaction, and this was what was so good about it, to the reaction of all the teams that were around there. The young kids just were unbelievable. High-fiving me and everything. It was just surreal. It was just unbelievable. And that's what made it, I think, what we've been through with this COVID and all that, I think it was really a special event, and it'll stay in my mind forever.
There was certainly a great energy about that 18th green as your match finished, because the women were there, as you say, the boys and girls squads were there, which is something you wouldn't have ordinarily got had the senior men just played the event as they would normally do. So that was a special moment, wasn't it? The fact that the three teams were together as you sealed the triple crown, if you like.
Yeah, it was the icing on the cake, like you say. It just just to prove that England golf's in a good place, isn't it? A very good place. I think we've got good leadership, and I think we're going in a good direction. Obviously, we get very well supported from England, so you've got to give your best. You've got to step up to the plate when you're being looked after so well. You've got to realise how proud you are to. There were four of us in that senior team. There's a lot of people in this country, top senior golfers, that just didn't make it this year. And next year they will make it, probably. And I might be one of the ones that's taking the back seat. You never know. Hopefully I'm not. I still want to be there to try and hold that last putt against Scotland, not last.
Listen, Trevor, great to chat to you. Congratulations on last week. Another medal for the trophy cabinet that must be creaking under the weight of all your achievements over the years. So well done in that, and look forward to seeing you at the Home Internationals in 2022. Back in 2017, Women and Girls in Golf Week started with the aim of promoting female participation on and off the course. Now, in the 4 years since its inception, the campaign has gone from strength to strength and is back again this week to coincide with the eyes of the sporting world being fixed on the AIG Women's Open at Carnoustie. The idea is simple: to smash misconceptions about the game of golf and encourage women and girls to not only play the game, but to get involved in the sport as a volunteer or to consider the many and varied careers that exist within the golf industry. Leading the campaign for England Golf are Lauren Spray, Women and Girls in Golf Manager, and Toni Zverblis, Participation and Development Campaigns Manager. Now, both women are very different when it comes to participation. Lauren is a scratch handicapper at Notts Ladies Golf Club in Hollandwell, and Toni would be the first to say, well, the cam of the 19th hole suits her better than the previous 18. But when it comes to being passionate about the game, they both share the same energy and drive. And I caught up with them both to hear about this year's Women and Girls in Golf Week, which runs from Monday 16th of August right through until Sunday the 22nd, with themed topics covering each day of the campaign. Lauren, it's Women and Girls in Golf Week again. Tell us a little bit about this year.
Well, we're excited because it's going to be 4 years of the campaign this year. We're starting on the 16th of August, running through to the 21st, and we have 7 key themes highlighting why golf.
Excellent. Toni, you're involved this year. Now, Lauren is a golfer. You're not a golfer, but this campaign is for more than people who play the game, isn't it?
Absolutely. We were really keen that we could show different levels of the game. So one of the first themes on the Monday is all around careers. So again, myself, I work in golf. I've worked in golf for over 8 years now, but I don't play it. But it doesn't mean I'm any less passionate. And we wanted to showcase some of the women that not only work in golf, but also women that balance between having a career or having a job and playing golf, and making sure that actually, although time pressures are all around us, that you can still enjoy the game, even if you've got a career.
So it all started 4 years ago, Lauren. Take us back to that point. What was the kind of driving force behind the campaign starting?
So it was more about, and it still is really, to be honest, around dispelling the myths and misconceptions around the women and girls game. We used to have Women's Sport Week, where golf would feature as part of a campaign led by Women in Sport. However, I think something like the Ryder Cup interfered with it in 1 September, and ever since then we've decided to take the bull by the horns, as it were, and lead on our own specific Women and Girls in Golf Week. So from there, we've gone from strength to strength with regards to highlighting the many different facets the game has to offer, whether that's, as Toni highlighted, careers, volunteering, playing the sport, and all the role models as well as part of it, celebrating newbies into the sport and joining the club at the end, where we do a bit of a roundup. But the campaign week itself has always fallen around the AIG Women's Open, that natural hype in female sport coverage and golf in particular. So it was a natural fit and placement for us to really choose that week. So we've never looked back. It's been a great campaign to be part of. I'm really excited with the number of new partners that we've managed to engage as part of the campaign for this year, and looking forward to seeing how it pans out, really.
Now, on England Golf social media all this week, the Women and Girls in Golf Week campaign will be projected. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're hoping to gain from the week, Toni? What's going to be on the channels and what we can look forward to?
Yeah, absolutely. So each day, England Golf will be sharing some key stories every day, but also what we're asking is people to share their stories and use the hashtag #WhyIGolf. Previous years, we've had over 500 people share their Why I Golf stories, and we've heard from people that have had depression, and golf's helped them get out of depression. We've had a lady that has helped her through the loss of her partner. So she lost her partner, unfortunately, but she turned to golf because he was a big lover of golf, and it helped her out of bereavement. But we've had some great stories around, do you mean a couple that competed, again, whoever won had to do the dishes when they got home. So we really want to hear about everyone on the story around why they golf and why they kind of want to be part of this great sport of ours. So again, follow England Golf on all of our social media platforms. You'll hear some great stories from people, but we also want to hear yours, and we would really encourage everybody to use that hashtag #WhyIGolf.
One of the misconceptions is that it's all about getting people to play the game, but it's much more than that, isn't it? Because there's careers, as we touched on earlier with Toni getting a career in golf even though she doesn't play it. So it's trying to just broaden that spectrum for people, for women and girls, to look at the game of golf and try and get involved in some way, whether it be a volunteer, playing the game, a career. That's the kind of whole thrust behind it, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's what you realise once you get involved in the industry. There's many different opportunities that it brings and presents for you. So again, through the campaign, we're looking to highlight those. So the health and wellbeing perspective of things, and like I say, those newbies coming into the sport, but equally celebrating club membership and some of the campaigns that we as England Golf and others also deliver to try and support the current membership that we have as well within the sport. So it's really a great way of looking back, celebrating everything that we do, and hopefully we get lots of good traction and some positive stories coming in. We want to hear from everybody.
Because people look at the game of golf, don't they, and they see it as a kind of white, middle-aged man sport, but that's not the case, and it's about breaking down those barriers. Do you feel in the last 3 or 4 years those barriers have started to come down since this campaign started?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're starting to hear from some great individuals about their own personal stories, how they've progressed, some of the challenges, and being honest about some of those challenges that they face, and when we address them head on, about how we can look to overcome them and then make things a better place for everybody all involved. So I think sometimes it's a great opportunity just to, like I say, look back and celebrate, but equally look forward and see how far we have come and what we can still got yet to achieve.
And Toni, any chance you picking up a golf club in the next few years? You've been driving this campaign, you're behind it, you know all the concepts behind it, you're really gung-ho about it all.
Are you going to join Lauren on the course one day?
Oh, well, I'm not sure about Lauren because she's a very, very good golfer, but the great strength of golf is the fact that obviously the handicap system means that we can play equally. To be honest, I have actually been considering taking up golf. I think it's a great sport, especially during the pandemic. We've been able to benefit from obviously restrictions being lifted. So who knows, I might be able to go on the course and maybe beat you, Ian, one day.
Well,
Go on,
there you go. That's the gauntlet going down, isn't it?
By the way, I'd be more than willing to take you around the golf course.
Good stuff. So people can get involved by sharing their stories, just following England Golf on the social channels and using the hashtag #WhyIGolf. And wish you all the success for this year's campaign.
Thanks, Ian.
Brilliant, thank you.
Now, it's been a long time in coming after the inevitable postponement in 2020, but the 41st Curtis Cup is nearly upon us. First played for in 1932, the biennial event will take place at Conway Golf Club in Wales between the 26th and 28th of August. Here at England Golf, we're thrilled that 4 of our national players have made the 8-strong team. Annabelle Fuller, Charlotte Heath, Kaylee McGinty and Emily Toy, all thoroughly deserving of their places. Now, Elaine Ratcliffe has the honour of captaining the GB&I team in their match against the best women amateurs from the United States. Elaine was a fine player in her own right and knows what it takes to win this event, having done so as a player in 1996. Now the simple task is to replicate that success as captain, and Elaine joins us now. Elaine, thanks for joining us on the podcast. Just how excited are you now that the countdown to Conway is finally nearing an end?
Just over the moon, and little things like not little things, but things like we're doing today, and the intro that you just gave me. It just I've got goosebumps, and it just adds to the excitement. As we all know, it feels like it's been a long time in the making. Obviously, bizarre circumstances that have fallen upon us in the last year or so. But can't wait. Announcing the team felt like the gun went off, if that made sense. It meant that it's now going to happen. Obviously, we've got 2 weeks, so there's not a lot of time in between. But I think that's good, because I think just really, really excited to get to Conway. And play, or captain, as I'm going to do, but let those that can play, shall we say? Yeah. So just delighted and excited to be on the home straight now.
Absolutely. Now you've named an 8-strong team, as I mentioned, and 4 of those are from the England Golf setup. If you can you just assess the 4 women that you've selected from the England setup and just the different strengths that they bring to your team?
I'm going to start with Annabelle Fuller. She is, in theory, the veteran of the team, having played in the previous Curtis Cup, but is no way a veteran. Is young, vibrant, a lovely golfer. Just hits some cracking shots off the tee to the green, does very little wrong, and goes about her business in quite a professional manner, in a really professional manner. So she will bring and is plays with huge heart, is a gutsy match player. So she is just going to be formidable out there. We've also then, from one formidable player to another, we've got Emily Toy, who won the British a couple of years ago now, and I've been fortunate enough to captain her with Annabelle at the Vagliano, and then also over in Canada. And again, you won't find a stronger competitor down that home stretch. The shots that she pulls out under pressure have been phenomenal. I've got goosebumps remembering them. She goes about her business. She has a wicked sense of humour, very dry, but plays great golf. Always makes out she's short, but not at all. Just goes out there, wears her heart on her sleeve, and can't ask for any more where Emily's concerned. And then I've got possibly 2 quieter ones with Charlotte and Kaylee. Charlotte looks quiet but isn't quiet. Again, great sense of humour. Love that with Charlotte, but also just a lovely golfer. Gets the job done very tidily. some great putting, hit some lovely shots, has shot some lovely low scores in America. And I think she's benefited from it actually being put back a year. The golf that she's now been played or out in Florida has put her at the forefront, and she's just gone from strength to strength. And then similarly, then you've got Kaylee, who is just really like a baby assassin. She just smiles a whole way round, and before you know it, you could be 4 down. And you, because again, has hit some lovely irons. Her control with her irons is phenomenal, and she's good off the tee, and holds putts as well. But I just love the fact that she just goes about her business. You so under the radar. And then before you know it, she's there, and she's shooting low, and she's won a match, and it's just easy. So I have four cracking players, all slightly different, which is what you want them to be. You want them to be individuals because they play an individual game, but just bring so much to a match play team environment that I'm truly honoured to have them on board.
The one thing that they all are, even though they have their differences, is they're all winners. They're all proven winners. They know what it takes to win both individual events and, as they've shown this summer, as part of an England team that were crowned European champions and also won the Home Internationals recently. So that's something that it's that intangible thing, isn't it, that you can't teach a player how to become a winner. It's just instinctive, and that's great to have in a team room, isn't it?
Oh, brilliant. Yes. And like you say, the tremendous success they've had with England this summer, but also as individuals, and they're not frightened to dig deep.
And they're going to have to dig deep against this American team, aren't they?
Oh, completely. But they all know that if they dig deep, they can pull things out. Which to dig deep, you put yourself quite a bit on the line. I remember somebody saying, is it like the sort of ugly place or the place where you feel most uncomfortable? It's somewhere, but they're not frightened to do that. And I can't ask any more, because like you say, they're going to have to dig deep and pull out some tremendous shots at the right time. I think that's what is the difference between a winner and sadly somebody who doesn't, is that you pull out the right shots at the right time. And those four have certainly got the ability to do that. And also they've got the drive and the appetite to want to do it. So just tremendous to have them on the team.
We saw last week at the Home Internationals, Emily and Kaylee paired up in foursomes. Annabelle and Charlotte were a formidable partnership as well. Do things like that play in your mind? I know Annabelle perhaps has played with Hannah in the past, Hannah Darling from Scotland in Junior Solheim and things like that. So are you constantly thinking about potential pairings?
One of the practices at Conway, I put Annabelle and Charlotte together purely on the fact that I sat with them over dinner and they decided to share dinner. One said, "Oh, I'll have this," and then before you know it, and I said, "Well, why don't you order that, and then they'll halve it for you." And they're like, "Great idea." And we were just chatting away, and they just seemed to get on really well. So I've been fortunate. Not only have I seen them play together for England, but they have practiced together. But as you say, Annabelle and Hannah are formidable as well. So I'm very fortunate that within there, I've got a couple of foursomes pairings that are ready to go, which is wonderful to know that having, as for those that don't know, but Hannah and Annabelle played in Junior Solheim Cup together, and were very successful. So that, and obviously the two we've just mentioned, so that's 3 pairings. Sadly, Annabelle can't split herself between both, so some decisions will have to be made, and we've got to do what's best for the whole team. I think that's the bit that makes the pairings that bit harder. I've been sitting down going through things, and you've got to look at everybody getting a point to win this, as opposed to only the odd one or two. So I'm starting in a good place. That's for sure.
Now, I mentioned in the build-up, Elaine, you're no mean player yourself, having been English amateur champion in 1998, I think it was, at Walton Heath, many moons ago, and you also played in a winning Curtis Cup team 2 years prior to that in Killarney in Ireland. Are there things that you can take from that week? Can you remember from that week that you think will be useful for your captaincy in the weeks ahead?
Yes, I think so. We had a wonderful captain in Ita Butler, a lovely Irish lady, who was there for us, but also allowed us to do what we needed to do. And I certainly want to take inspiration for that. She certainly gave me belief whilst also allowing me to do what I need to do. So that's definitely something that I want to install in the players when we go to Conway. My belief in them, but also my belief in them knowing what they need to do to prepare for this. And we've discussed that already. And then I think the other thing that was really important in Killarney was that we had respect for each other. We're all very much individuals, which is allowed. We became closer friends because of it. We weren't necessarily close friends, which you didn't need to be, but we all had respect for one another. And we all knew it was about, when we went out, it was getting the point. That was our job. And if I can install that in the players again, we don't of just going out there, doing your job and getting your point, really. And the points on the board suddenly start to add up. And before you know it, you've crossed the line. And I think also allowing them to be individuals. It's going to be a slightly different Curtis Cup. The aspects of the social aspects have obviously virtually disappeared. So we are going to be together a lot more. So we will be creating a good team spirit, but also I want people to be aware they don't have to be playing cards when we're on downtime or doing Lego or whatever other things I'm going to take to keep them busy, because they need to switch off. You know, they're allowed to go into their room and just spend time on their own and do what they need to do, and allow them to do what they need to do to bring out the best golf when the gun goes off on Thursday, really. And I think they're the key things that I remember getting from Killarney, the allowing us to be our own person, but also coming together as a team for the best of everybody.
Well, I know it's a proud moment for you, obviously, to be captain, and having spoken to the women, the English women that are involved, I know how proud they are to represent GB and I as well. So on behalf of England Golf, can we wish you and the team all the best for the match against the USA, and hopefully you can bring that Curtis Cup home.
Yes, certainly looking forward to captaining the team. Got a wonderful group of players, both from England, Ireland and Scotland. And I'm truly honoured, and I'm looking to bring it home, shall we say, which seems to have been the theme of the summer.
Absolutely. I'll just say as well that the opening ceremony is on the 25th of August and the final day's play on Saturday the 28th. And tickets are on sale from the R&A website just now. So if you can get along to the event to cheer on the women and hopefully to victory, then please do so. Elaine, thanks for your time. As I say, good luck for the Curtis Cup.
Thanks, Ian. Really appreciate you doing this. Thank you.
Now let's catch up with the news from in and around England Golf. If you're not a golf club member but love playing the game and would like an official World Handicap System handicap index to measure your improvement, then why not become an iGolf subscriber? Since iGolf was launched last month, interest in the scheme has been huge. For just £40 a year you can obtain and maintain a WHS handicap index and receive £10 million worth of personal liability insurance, as well as other benefits as part of the subscription. Join the growing digital community and take your game to the next level. For more details on how to sign up, check out www.englandigolf.co.uk. It's been a hectic month for top-level England golf competitions, with winners and magical moments coming thick and fast. Harley Smith became the first player since Justin Rose in 1995 to win both the McGregor and Caris trophies in the same season. Smith's wins at Camberley Heath and then Bristol and Clifton were achieved in fine style, and a voice message from Rose after his triumph at the Caris was the cherry on the cake for the England boys squad player.
Yes, I had a voice call from him, which was very nice. I respect Justin a lot, one of England's greatest ever players, and I think he's done a lot for the England golf and the English game. So I'm very happy to put my name alongside him in the Hall of Fame, really.
There were excellent wins too for England Girls squad player Patience Rhodes at the English Girls Championship at Malton and Norton, and for Maggie Whitehead and Rosie B. Kim at the Under-16 and Under-14 girls events staged at Morecambe. Chris Kim sealed a wire-to-wire victory at the Reed Trophy for under-14 boys held at Porters Park. And once again, the English Amateur Championships, jointly held at Moortown and Headingley Golf Clubs, provided the usual thrills and dramas. Kirsten Rudgley's fantastic summer continued when she claimed the women's title after winning on the 37th hole against Belle Wardle. John Goff finally shook off Tom Addy on the 36th hole to claim the men's crown and get even with his brother Connor, winner of the event in 2019.
I think he was happy for me to get it. He's a bit sour, I think, that he hasn't got it over me now. But no, it's unbelievable to have it in our house for 2 years and not being the same person. Both of us having it is, I don't know how many times it's going to have been done before, but I'm pretty proud of both of us for doing it.
As we heard earlier, it was success all round for the boys and girls squad, the women and the seniors at the Home Internationals. A clean sweep for England. Congratulations to all the players, as well as the coaches and support staff who played their part in a famous win. And finally, Golf Week has once again proved to be a huge success and a real celebration of the game, featuring handicapped golfers from all across England. The National Handicap Finals took place earlier this month at Woodhall Spa, where winners in events as varied as the Australian Spoons Foursomes, the Women's Medal Final, the Men's Race to Woodhall Spa, the Senior Series and Captains events were all lauded. This year the winner of the Captains event was Ian Smith from Peterborough Milton Golf Club. I spoke with Ian to congratulate him on his win and to hear just why the Captains programme, open to all serving and past male and female club and county captains, is such an important part of his golfing life.
Ian, congratulations, you're the winner of the England Golf Captains for 2021. Tell us all about that victory.
Thank you very much. It was, all happened in the first round really, where 41 points, which is just unbelievable. I was going along nicely, level 2s after 11 holes I think it was, and then I just had a birdie blitz and finished 5 better than 2s in 7 holes, three birdies. Just doesn't happen to me normally, but it did that day. It was fantastic.
Yeah. I should explain that you're playing the Hodgkin course here at Woodhall Spa, which is one of the best, but also one of the trickiest courses in the country. So, 41 points on day one, you'll be called a bandit by your friends with that. But playing off a handicap index of 8, you're far from that. So it's just good scoring, isn't it?
I mean, it's a really tricky course, and normally if you play a bad shot, you get punished 2 or 3 shots. I hit a couple of bad ones, but I got away with it. They were just in the rough, and I was able to get out with 1 shot, and only lost 1 shot for each bad one. So that's unusual. And then at the end, I just kept knocking it close to the flag. I just kept holding it. It was great.
You're part of a captains programme that's growing year on year. There's over 5,000 captains who are now part of the England Golf Captains programme. And just a bit of background for people who don't understand it. There's 8 events for captains each year that you can sign up for and play. You get various discounts, including discount green fees at places like Woodhall Spa. There's various other membership benefits. For serving captains of golf clubs, it's free for them to join during their year of captaincy, and after that people can retain their membership by paying an annual subscription. From your point of view, Ian, what was it that attracted you to the programme, and what are the benefits that you feel you get out of it as an individual?
Well, as you mentioned, there are lots of benefits, and the competitions that they run to get to this point are just great fun. You're always playing with other captains from other clubs. Everybody that I've met has been great, been really good fun. It's played in such a great spirit, yet it's competitive. So it's just perfect. And you play good courses every time, and then if you're lucky enough, you come to the final and you play here. What could be better?
When you're a captain of a golf club, Ian, the responsibility for that year of your captaincy is quite onerous. You're involved in a lot of things, but perhaps as a past captain, you're able to enjoy things a little bit more. And I guess the England Golf Captains programme is one of the things that you can benefit from.
That is very true. In fact, even when you are captain, generally you don't have that much going on through the week, which is when these competitions are. So if you're careful, you should be 2 or 3 of them at least, I would have thought. I did play in a couple when I was captain. So yeah, it can be done. but certainly got more time once you pass captain.
And the thing you mentioned there about camaraderie and the spirit,
Absolutely.
Just being around other golfers, other avid golfers, other captains who you can share experiences with.
Absolutely,
it's part of the whole experience, isn't it?
Almost affable, nice gents, and it's just great fun. So,
and it's open to men and women as well, because there's
That's
lady captains,
I've never
county
actually played
captains.
many ladies in this, but it is open to men and ladies, and there were quite a few here in the final, which was nice to see.
And you take a shiny trophy home with you to Peterborough Milton,
I'm taking a trophy home. I wouldn't call it shiny.
It will be once you get the brasso out though. And that's something to be proud of, to take back to the club where you were captain.
It'll go into our trophy cabinet at home, and with any luck I'll get presented to it on our trophy night as well.
Excellent. Well, very well played this week, Ian. Congratulations. And you're a good advocate for the captain's programme, and we hope that it continues to flourish in the years ahead.
It's great fun, so if you can play in it, you should.
As you could probably tell, that interview with Ian took place in the bar at Woodhall Spa Golf Club. And why not? Colin and his staff do such a fine job. Pop in for a pint next time you're in the area. To find out more about the Golf Week results, check out the website at www.englandgolf.org. For info on the Captains programme, details can also be found by typing in Captains to the search box facility on the website homepage. That's it for the latest podcast. Thanks again to my guests, the victorious English women's team at the Euros, Trevor Foster, Elaine Ratcliffe, Lauren Spray, Toni Zverblis and Ian Smith. Remember and follow England Golf on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn, and if you're able to get out on the course in the days and weeks ahead, make sure you enjoy your golf. Until the next time, bye for now.